this is how you upload your property to Airbnb. I'm just going to run you through the whole process from start to finish and make it as fun as possible. Okay, so you log into your Airbnb account, of course. You got to verify your identity, all of that stuff, and then you can set up a new listing. So you can come to the, you can see here where it says at the top right, switch to traveling. It might say switch to hosting. So of course you got to be in the hosting option, which I'm in. Then you click listing at the top, and then at the top right hand corner is the plus button. So you click the plus button, and of course it asks you here, you just follow the steps. It is very basic. Airbnb do make it as easy as possible, unlike booking.com. It says, what would you like to host? I'm hosting home. Anyway, I started that one as an example, but I didn't carry that on. So you can see here it says start a new listing. Of course, we want to create a new listing because we've never listed this property before. It's never been on Airbnb before, potentially. So we go there, you just click get started. Tell us about your place. Just follow the steps. It doesn't take that long. So I'm going to be listing a house in this example. An entire place. Of course, if you are renting out a room or different rooms in a property, then you would use this one, but this is an entire property for this example. Then you type in the property's address. I'm just going to use my current address for this example. Let's correct that. You can so you can obviously see on the map that it's correct. Okay, if you click this, it will show your exact location. For security reasons, I know a lot of people don't like to show the exact location, which does make sense. So of course Airbnb, if you leave that untoggled, then you can see like it will show up in this area. But if you do want to be exact, they want, if you've got like an amazing property in a really unique location, then I would probably recommend having it on the specific location. But for this example, I'm just going to leave it like that. Click next. Yeah, you can drag if it's incorrect or slightly in the wrong area, you can move it here, but that's pretty much correct. Okay, now of course, how many guests? So for this example, if it's a 3-bedroom house, then you can say 3 bedrooms, how many guests. If there's double rooms, then you would say 6 guests. Maybe there's a sofa bed that can sleep 2 people as well, so that's 8 guests in the total house. Beds, of course, you got 3 beds. To be honest, I'm not sure if you should count the sofa bed as a bed, but yeah, I probably wouldn't personally, but no, it is technically a bed. So I'd say 4 beds. I don't know if that's right or wrong. Don't quote me on that, but I'm going to say 4 bed because I'm counting the sofa bed as a bed. This one's got 1.5 bathrooms. So you just fill out that information, okay? Of course, it's going to be very different depending on your size of property. It might be a studio flat, it might be a 5-bedroom house, it might be a mansion. You never know. So just take some time to do this correctly. Then you want to go next. Make your place stand out. Now the amenities and all of this stuff, okay? So of course got Wi-Fi, TV, it's got a kitchen, got a washing machine, free parking. If there's paid parking on premises, then of course you need to select that. It's got a dedicated workspace, sadly no aircon, no pool, no hot tub, it's got a patio. Got an outdoor dining area. So you can go through these. I'm not going to go through all of them, but of course, down at the bottom are your safety ones. You are pretty sure it's mandatory to have a smoke alarm and a carbon monoxide alarm. I recommend getting a fire extinguisher and a first aid kit. You just rather want to be safe, rather safe than sorry. Sometimes when I'm setting up my properties, I don't actually have these yet because maybe they're coming. Maybe I forgot to order them, but I'll just go on Amazon and order. You can get like bundles sometimes. But as soon as you do this, then don't forget to go on Amazon and order it so that you don't have to change the settings again. Then you can click next. So add some photos of your house. I'm just going to add in some random photos from an HMO property of ours up in Middlesbrough, an old one. Logos, desktop. I think it's 29 something. This is going to be annoying. Let's try this. 1 second. It was here. Sorry, I got a bunch of stuff going on here. Where are you? Where are you? Where the fuck are you? I think it's is it in content? Yeah, there we go. 29 Thornaby pics. Sorry, let's put that there. Okay, let's get back to it. So yeah, you're just going to upload your photos here. You're going to upload your photos. Desktop. 29. Yeah, again, these are HMO pics, so they're not fancy, they're not anything, but I'm just going to select the photos I'm trying to use. So you would select all your photos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think you need like a minimum of like 5 photos, I think, to get started. Obviously recommend getting a professional photographer out from day one once the property's been staged and it looks really nice. You want to get professional, high quality photos. This sometimes takes a bit of time. Oh, it's actually come quite nicely, yeah. So this obviously isn't this property. I'm just using this as an example. And you can go upload. Got my girlfriend here shopping online. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, here we go. Bosh. Of course, you want to kind of arrange the cover photos to, I'll drag that up there because that's, it's, yeah, not even a better pick, but anyway, you want to make your best photo the cover photo. Again, this is just an example, so I'm not going through this. I like to arrange my photos as well. Like if the cover photo is like the lounge, then I'll kind of show a bunch of pics of the lounge, and then the bathrooms, and then the bedrooms, the kitchens. But you can do it however you want to. There's no right or wrong way. So you click next. So give your house a title. You can get ChatGPT to help you. You can do whatever you want here. You can play around with titles. It's easy to change them, but I'm just going to say large house for caps isn't allowed. How silly me. Large house for contractors, just as an example. Okay, large house contractors. You can go next. You need to choose 2 of these. It's not that important. I would say mine is spacious and peaceful. It's in quite a relaxing area. So create your description. Again, you can get ChatGPT to help you with this potentially. That does save a lot of time, or you can type out your own one. It's good to add different nearby attractions and this and that. You are limited to this one, so there is another space to add additional information later on. So don't worry, if you get cut off here with 500 characters, you can add some more. Okay, but I'm just going to leave it like this, obviously as an example, and then finish up and publish. Let's go next. Now, this is obviously important. So pricing is extremely important. So you want to set your, personally, this is just me. You can do it however you want. I set the weekday and the week price the exact same. and then I end up selecting, connecting my properties to my channel manager, and then Price Labs, which manages the pricing and changes it depending on demand. But I'm just going to make it £150, okay, as an example. You can see here that you're only going to be earning 15%. That is because, let's figure out exactly how much that is. 150 times 18%, 150 times 15%. Yeah, so they're charging you 15%. The host service fee right now, like this, is 15%. So if you have to make per night £150, then you can't make this £150. You've got to add on you can go 150 times 115% equals 172. Sorry, it's the other way around for you, but so if you need £150 in your bank on average per night, then of course you want to make that a higher amount, in this case 173. I see, not even that's right. So yeah, you can keep on raising it to get the exact amount you want on average. But again, pricing changes all the time. You're going to be changing your pricing, so it's not the end of the world. I suggest when you're just setting the property up, I think it's worth putting it much higher than you would initially think, like £250, just while you're setting it up, because sometimes the property is not ready to be booked and you don't want people to book it. And if the settings aren't set up correctly, if you've forgotten something and you get a booking, then you would prefer it to be an expensive booking, so that at first it deters people, so less people are going to book it, so you're going to have less issues. But if a booking does come through, then maybe it's okay, cool, it's a good booking, it's very expensive, maybe I just needed to make a plan and get this property ready on time, or just get it set up fast enough, or get systems in place, do whatever you got to do. But I always say, while you're setting up, just put it on a higher amount. We always come back to pricing, at least I do. You can go next. I hope this is making sense, by the way. Again, so set a weekend price. You can make it higher or lower. I have it the exact same, because as I said, Price Labs changes the pricing automatically for me depending on the weekend or weekdays. But you can always change it if you go back here. If you want to have more expensive on the weekends and you want it more expensive by 10%, you literally just can change that to 10% higher on weekends. But for now, we're gonna keep it 0. Now this is so important. Be very careful when using these, okay? Your new listing promotion, if people, I'm pretty sure they can use it, if they book last minute and it's your first 3 bookings, it's going to be, I think, 28%. Or if it's a new listing, so your first 3 bookings, and they book for a week, they're going to have 30% off. So personally, depending on the time of the year and the season and stuff, I take all of these off for now, okay? Of course, I'll keep last minute discounts off, new listing promotion off, and I would keep weekly discounts on and monthly discounts. Of course, set it to an amount you're happy with. I think 10% for a week is quite decent, and 20% for a month is decent. Again, you can always change this. It's super easy to change, so don't get too caught up in it. But yeah, especially when making duplicate listings, I'll make another video about that. I take this off straight away. I know so many people just in general where they make a new property listing and they've had this discount on and they've had all these other discounts, and someone books for a month and they end up losing money because they can't cover the rent and stuff because of all these discounts that they didn't factor in. That's just another reason why I'm saying, rather at the start, keep your prices high just while you're setting it up and while you make sure all the settings are linked up and everything's okay. So, but yeah, I'll keep it like that personally, but do what you want to do. And then, yeah, so you have to say, if you have a Ring doorbell or any other sort of doorbell cameras outside, you've got to say, I have external security cameras in all of my properties. So I'm going to say, camera, Ring doorbell on front door. There we go. Noise. So I also have a noise decibel monitor. It's called a Minute device, and highly recommended. It tracks, humidity, cigarette smoke, ganja smoke, volume, and like if someone's playing super loud music and having a party, it'll send you a message straight away saying the noise is over a certain level, and you can set the level yourself. So that's very good to keep your property safe. Of course, I don't have any weapons in my properties. I don't know if you do, but I keep that like that. And here we go, it's time to publish. So let's get everything here. And then obviously what's next, we're going to be setting up the calendar, which is important, adjusting your settings, and preparing for your first guest, okay? So we're going to click publish, and there's going to be a really scary guy called Mark, I believe, saying congratulations. He always does it, he always scares me. His name's Brian. Sorry if anyone's named Mark. This guy looks scary. He just looks scary. I'm scared of him. So I never watched that video. Should be watching. No, he's just saying congratulations and stuff. What do you think, babe? Does he look scary?
No,
he looks perverted, I swear.
Lovely.
He looks scary.
I would trust him on the street.
Okay, so now you ready for this? We're gonna go to listings. The job's not over, people. Now we need to find our listing, okay? Here it is. So you want to click your listing now and do something extremely important. If your property is not ready to go, if it's not set up, you've got the photos, you've got everything in place, your cleaners, like the furniture, everything. If it's not ready to go and you don't want to take bookings just yet, you need to click the listing like I did. You obviously go to listings, find the listing, scroll down here on the left hand side, and you need to go to booking settings and turn instant book off. Okay, so I highly recommend this for anyone that's just starting out and you're not 100% ready. You just want to go to instant book here, so booking settings, and turn this off. So you got to click this approve all bookings. I'll do that again. You just click approve all bookings, and it says here, are you sure you want to turn instant book off? Quick heads up, if you're interested in a rent-to-serviced accommodation, I'm running a limited offer right now. My bespoke sourcing fee is usually £3,000, but I'm giving a £500 discount for anyone that comes through this video. So it's only £2,500. If you want a solid Rent-to-SA deal and proper support, you'll get access to my investor community, weekly Zoom calls, and all of my step-by-step how-to videos, just like the one you're watching now. Hit the link in the description if you want to take advantage of it. Enjoy the rest of the video. Again, you just click approve all bookings, and it says here, are you sure you want to turn instant book off? You just say yes, turn instant book off. So now it's highlighted this one. That means that maybe, if you're not ready yet, someone can still book and inquire about the property, but you can either deny them with no penalties and just say, hey, sorry, we're not actually ready yet, it's a new property, or hey, the Wi-Fi is not set up, I just want you to know that before you book. Is that a problem? Anything like that. So yeah, I highly recommend, just while you're starting out and while you're getting all the settings and the pricing and connecting it to the channel managers and all of that stuff, I highly recommend you do approve all bookings, which turns off instant book. Once you're ready, you can always turn instant book back on. You come back here, you click on booking settings, you can click use instant book, and if you want, you can say require good track record as well. That's just for extra security. Personally, I don't do that. I've only had like 1 or 2 issues in my Airbnbs over the last 2 years since I've been doing it. So I've been attracting a good crowd. But you can turn on instant book when you're ready to take bookings and you just want people to book straight away. A lot of the time people guests much prefer instant book because they know as soon as they click book, that's their property. They don't want to click book and request, and then the next day you say, hey, sorry, the flat's not available, and now maybe they've lost the opportunity to book other places that they liked in that area. So anyway, I recommend just turn instant book off, then click save at the bottom right hand side, and then you can take a breath, because now no one's going to be booking your place when you don't want them to, until you're ready. You've got the house rules here. You can click as well on the left hand side. You can select if you allow pets, maximum pets allowed, blah 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 blah. Events, obviously I would say no to events because that just might attract people partying. Vaping, smoking, e-cigarettes allowed. No one obviously allows that. Quiet hours, I would say quiet hours. I think mine are from like 10 until probably about 7, or even like 8 o'clock you can do, but whatever works depending on your neighborhood, your area, all of that stuff. Commercial photography and filming allowed. This is like for OnlyFans, I'm sure. I've actually said yes to this, but no one's ever requested to film an advert or anything, but you can do whatever you want. Might be dodgy, might not be dodgy, it's up to you. And then you can obviously confirm your number of guests. Check-in and check-out times, obviously extremely important. You can do this as you want to. Obviously the earlier check-in you do, like maybe 2 o'clock, and end time, not flexible, end time, I say midday, or you can even go, oh no, it makes no sense. Yeah, I say midnight so that it cuts off, so no one can book that night and check in. Oh, wait a minute, that's just check-in window. No, they can check in whenever they want, really. If they booked, they can check in the next day, for sure. And then check-out time, I make mine 11, but you need to chat to your cleaners. It's extremely important to message your cleaners, because if you've got a 6-bedroom property and you're only giving them like a 3-hour window, it might be cutting it a bit fine. The cleaners might not have enough time to go around, change the linen, do everything like that. So you can click that. Maybe they say no, like we need a check-in, at 3 o'clock, which means it's a 4-hour window from 11 till 3. That's 4 hours, which should give the cleaners enough time. Okay, so you can click save. Additional rules. This is important, guys. If you have any additional rules, like £100 for any £100 fine for any lost set of keys, you can add anything here. I would say like these would be all your strict rules.
Smoking on premises.
Yeah, like exactly. Yeah, like £250 fine for smoking on premises. Don't even know how to spell premises, but there we go. Anything like that, like £100. You want to make it aggressive, I'm telling you now, because you don't want these people to F you over. You want it to be there in the additional rules, so that if they do cause these problems, you can then request the payment through booking.com. A lot of the time when I've had issues like this, like guest smoking or checking out late, 100% late checkout fee, then a lot of the time, sometimes the guests refuse to pay, but Airbnb pay out of their insurance. So it's just good to have this here. Again, like you can say just anything you want there, like £500 party fee, like fine for parties, anything you want, any additional rules. I say in additional rules, like, we take a deposit, and we need your the full ID document, like a copy of your ID of the primary guest and full names of all additional guests, all of that stuff, like you want to put in additional rules. You can click save. So that is it. And then you can click save again at the bottom. So that's all been saved. You got your guest safety and stuff. I highly recommend, if you scroll up, of course you can always change this if you get a fire extinguisher or carbon monoxide alarm later on, you can always come here and add them or remove them if they go away. Your cancellation policy is on this side as well. You just want to go through this whole thing top to bottom and just make sure you're happy with everything, okay? So short-term stays, this applies to anything under 28 nights. Your policy, you can always do a non-refundable option, which they pay 10% less. In exchange, you keep the full payout no matter what, like they can't cancel it. I'm not actually sure if I use that in some of my properties or not. I don't think I do. I think I used to. But you can go here to edit and you can see the different types. So this one allows people to cancel one full day before check-in and they get a full refund, or they get a partial refund within a day. You can go moderate, like if you're scared about people pulling out all the time, you can go moderate. In my experience, I've only had a handful of people pull out last minute, and it hasn't been the end of the world. It hasn't been the end of the world, and I think a lot of the time people book properties, not knowing like if it's confirmed, like their dates or their travel plans. So you should be getting more bookings if it's flexible. But then, of course, you are going to be getting more last minute cancellations because they can. Maybe they find a better place or their plans change. So you can either go flexible or moderate or limited. Everything's here. You just got to do what you think is best for the property. And then again, for your policy, for long-term stays, for anything over 28 nights, like that's important. You don't want someone cancelling a day before a 30-night booking, because then that's going to really screw up your occupancy rate and stuff in the area. So you can go to edit. Again, I'm on firm, so refund up to 30 days before check-in. Yeah, that's perfect. After that, the first 30 days of the stay are non-refundable. I think that's fair. You could just go strict as well. Just read it. You just gotta see what works for you. Yeah, and then you of course click save when you're done. We're almost done here, people. We are almost done. You can double check. So your house rules are done. Booking settings, of course, that's so important to turn it off instant book until you're 100% ready. And you got your cleaners ready to go and stuff. You can double check the location here. You can change that slightly, I think, if you need. Accessibility features. Details. Yeah, anything important here, you can, if there's disabled car parking space, you can add a bunch of this stuff, okay? Lit path to the guest entrance, maybe someone can't see correctly, step-free access, just go through it. I don't know your properties, only you do. And then definitely check amenities. This is so important. I once listed a property and I was online for like 2 months. This is my one up in Liverpool, don't start. And no one was booking the property, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Literally like no bookings. Thankfully I own that property and my mortgage is tiny, so it wasn't the end of the world. And then this lady messaged me like, hey, there's a guy, it's a group of contractors, and they're like, hey, just confirming, like it says there's no hot water at the property. And I'm like, what? Like, no, there's hot water and there's heating. It says there's no heating, there's no hot water. And I was like, oh my gosh, that probably scared away so many potential guests. So it's extremely important to click the amenities and go through them, make sure that they're all there, okay? So this is all the stuff that I've already chosen. Let's go to add. If you click the plus button, look at all of these amenities that you can add on. There's so much. Bed linen. So this is all of them. You can obviously go basics, but I'll go top to bottom. Air conditioning, arcade games, baby bathtub, and there's like a bath. Yeah, my place has a bath. I don't even think it said bath. Barbecue drawer, beach access. Is it nearby a beach? Bed linen, you want to select, yes, there's bed linen. You can go into details like sole cotton, this and that. I just skip it personally. You can do whatever you want. Skip. There's beach access close to the beach. Bar extender, board games. I include board games in all of my properties. Monopoly, Scrabble, card games. Body soap. Yes, I provide all of this for my guests. If you don't, then you obviously got to leave it. I highly recommend you have shampoo, conditioner, and soap or bath gel. okay, for your guests. And just go top to bottom. You can see how many, you know, clothes storage, clothes drying rack, so, you know, closet and drawers. You can get so specific. So this will take you quite a bit of time. Coffee maker, conditioner. You need to go through all of this, okay, and just make sure that you have selected the correct ones. Microwave, oven, blah 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 blah, shampoo, Wi-Fi, wine glasses, all of that. Okay, so once it's done, it's done. You can click done, and then that should all be there. And then this is when I was talking about the description. So if you need to change your title, you can always just do it here. If you don't like that one, you can always chop and change it. If you want to name it something different, so you can say Brighton 3-bedroom house or whatever you want to make it easy to remember. You can do that there in the internal name. Pricing, I'm going to get to this now because that's obviously important. Availability as well. Let's go. So if you need to change your pricing, you click pricing, okay? You can change your nightly rate and your custom weekend price, all of this stuff, and your discounts. And you can cancel any discounts that are here. If you want to make that 0, you can literally make that 0, okay? Availability, this is also important, especially when you're starting out, okay? Trip length, of course you want people to stay as long as possible. So 1 to 365 nights, that's me. I do that. Advance notice. How much notice do you need between a guest's booking and their arrival? Some people I have it on the same day. You want someone to be able to book and come in on the same day. Of course, the property needs to be ready. That means you got to have a good power team, okay? If you're doing the cleaning and stuff yourself and you work a day job, you know, you might have to put it on 1 day or 2 days because you can't get down there on the same day. So it all depends on how you're running the property. Guests can book on the same day as check-in until this time. They can book literally until midnight in my properties. Like if I don't have someone in there, someone wants to book at 11 o'clock at night time, maybe they've got kicked out, like their hotel let them down, there was a double reservation, or their car broke down, or there's an insurance day, they want to be able to book last minute. Allow requests for the same day, yes, so you can click save. Trip length. Okay, availability. Okay, now let's go to the calendar. Flip, I'm diving way deeper into this than I thought I would. Ignore these. A lot of these are duplicate listings and stuff, which you do not need to concentrate about. All of this black stuff is all direct long-term stays. I've only got the 4 properties, so we got a good book in here, good book in there, good book in there. Anyway, these are all duplicate listings. I'm trying to find my one here, the new one. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, you can go to calendar, you find your property, and availability settings. Could we go deeper into this? Yeah, here we go. So minimum night stays. So a lot of the time people like 2-night minimum stays or 3-night minimum stays, because if someone's having a party and they just want to come into your house and fuck shit up and have a big party and cause damage, a lot of the time it is from 1-night stays, you know, like a Friday or a Saturday night potentially. So you can always change that here, your minimum night stays. I know people that have it on 3-night minimum. It depends on your area and your target market. I personally have it on a 2-night minimum stay. And then sometimes if I don't have bookings that week, I override it and I make that week a 1-night minimum stay, just because I think about 50% of people that use Airbnb are looking for 1-night stays. So you're obviously cutting off 50% of potential bookings. Preparation time, that's if you need more time to get down there yourself, or your cleaners, you know, need 1 day's notice, you can kind of change that all here. But it's all very basic, very straightforward. I'm not going to go through absolutely everything. Availability window, this is important, okay? So how far in advance can guests book? If you're not sure that this property is going to be working, or you're just testing it out, you can just say 3 months. You can say 3 months. If you don't want the property to be booked at all, maybe there's an emergency, You can say dates unavailable by default as well, or you can just, I would just rather turn the instant book off like we've done already. But yeah, so you can change your booking window. If you want people to be able to book 24 months in advance, then you can click 24 months, completely up to you. In this example, just because this isn't even it's an imaginary property, I'm going to say 3 months, okay? So I'm going to click save. More availability settings. You can go into these as well. You can change certain things. Preparation time, all that, booking window. And then you can connect to other websites. You can copy that and connect it to, I think, booking.com. And you can connect to channel manager and stuff. You do it differently. You do it differently when you're doing that, but you can link this to booking.com if you're not using a channel manager. But I highly recommend people do. And that's kind of it, really. You got your pricing settings here. Yeah, new listing promotion. Again, you can apply it here again after you've, if you're not getting any bookings, but I turn it off personally, but you can do whatever you want. Also, here we go. Almost forgot. This is super important, guys. You need to watch out for this. So if you come to the calendar, you click your property, then you go to pricing settings, you scroll all the way down, you got to look at your fees, your cleaning fees. Okay, your cleaning fee. Also, bombshell here, let's just say your cleaners are charging £100 per clean. You would think that you're going to just make the cleaning fee £100. That's incorrect. You need to make it the amount that your cleaning company is charging times the commission that Airbnb are taking off, because they are going to take commission even off the cleaning fee. I know it's crazy, it makes me angry, but it is what it is, okay? So double check Airbnb's cleaning fee. It depends, Airbnb's commission amounts, OTA fees, all of their charges. Depending on if you have the property connected to Price Labs or a channel manager or other softwares, it can vary. Sometimes it's like 3% up to 18%. But just to be safe in this case, I'm going to say it's 15%. So I'm going to times the 100 and I'll do it here so you can see. Where are you? Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, I'm going to times the £100 by 115%, which will give me, of course, 115. So that's the amount that you should put down here. 115. So you're going to be charging your guests £115 because Airbnb are going to take off 15% and put it in their pocket, and you're only going to be left with £100. You never want to be paying for your cleaning out of your pocket, okay? Because if you left it at 100 and they take off 15%, you're only going to be getting £85. So you're going to have to cough up an extra £15 to pay your cleaners, and I don't think that's correct. So I would always add on the OTA fees, the online travel agency fees and commission, to that amount, and you can click save over there. So that's obviously per stay, amount per short stay, attract guests 1 or 2 nights. So you can lower your cleaning fee depending. I don't personally, because the cleaners charge what the cleaners charge. It is what it is. Pet fee, if you have a pet fee, if you allow dogs and stuff, sometimes cleaners say, yeah, it's going to be an extra £20 because they need to vacuum more or wipe down all the fluff in the hair. You can make that £20 or whatever you want, like whatever you need. But remember, add the commission, add 15% onto that. And then extra guest fee, you can add more stuff here. 1 guest per night, depending on the size of your property and how you want to run things. That's where you do it. I can dive into that at a later video if you need. Management fee per stay. If your property is getting managed, then you wouldn't really have to worry about this because the management company should be doing all of this, but you would put that on there. Linen fee per stay. If you're renting out linen, maybe, I know sometimes it's like £5 per set of linen. then you would add that here. But remember, add on the 15% commission always per stay, per guest. You know what I mean? All the settings are here. I pay for my own linen, so I'm not going to add that. But extremely important, okay? Like the most, just as a summary, when you set up your property, when you first set it up, turn off instant book. Turn it off. I would almost recommend, as I said, I recommend putting your prices just stupidly high just while you're getting it set up, because you don't want people to book. You want to scare them away until the property is ready to go. If you know what prices you need, if the property is ready, then you can set it to the normal price, okay? And you can keep instant book on if you want. But just as a summary, so my girlfriend doesn't kill me for taking so long, you should, keep the prices high just while you're getting it set up. You should turn instant book off. I'll show you how to do that again. You can come to your listing. Obviously, you'll probably only have the one if you're new to Airbnb. Scroll down here to booking settings, and then here you want to approve all bookings. And then, very important, a lot of people forget about this, then you want to add on your cleaning fees. So you'll go to the calendar, you would find your property, there it is. You want to click price settings, and then you want to scroll down to additional charges and fees, and then there you go. You want to add your cleaning fee straight away, because again, I've done that before when I forgot to add the cleaning fee and someone books a 2-3 night stay and I think, oh, amazing, I got money, but then I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't add the cleaning fee. I did not add the cleaning fee, and that means that you just lost out on that cash, and it does not feel good. So add the cleaning fee, turn off instant book, keep the prices high until you're ready to go, until the property is ready. Then go through this all again, make sure it's all correct, lower your prices to the exact amount, make sure you got your cleaning fee, and turn on instant book. Also, obviously, remember to add your minimum night stay settings, which we got here, availability. So mine's at a 2-night minimum stay. So final summary, keep the prices high first while you're setting up. Turn off instant book. Add your cleaning fee plus the commission, whatever commission the platform's charging. And then make sure that your minimum night stay settings are set. So that's 4 of them. I hope you found this video useful. Did you find it useful?
Sure.
Yeah, she found it useful. Okay, cheers. Drop it in the comments if you guys want to hear something else, or if you weren't sure about one certain part that we brushed over. Maybe it's availability window, maybe it's this minimum night stay settings, or discounts. Drop it in the comments what you want to hear about, and I'll try my best to make a video about that. But everyone, cheers, have a good night. Oh yeah, there we go. Have a good night.